Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I appreciate the support. I really do. Guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about Cerelyn or CJ Davis, the chief of police of Memphis. I did a video about her before. You guys can go look into my videos and see it a couple weeks ago. But I want to explain something. You know, I was sitting here and I was looking for, something to really talk about today. And I just started thinking about, the situation with her. And I'm like, why is she not catching the brunt of this? Because she started the Scorpion unit and all this other stuff. And I was like, let me go really go back early in her career and see how she got to Memphis. And some of the stuff, guys, I uncovered is crazy. I would not let this woman guard lawn furniture or be a crossing guard or any kind of guard out there. And man, I wouldn't let this woman watch my kids. And I'm being dead honest with you. It's no way this woman wears a badge and represents truth and justice. But I'm going to get into it. First thing, I'm going to give these examples of why I think she shouldn't be there. And I'm going to talk a little bit about them. So just bear with me. Reason number one, she need to get the fuck out of there. She's deceitful, cunning, unprofessional, extremely opportunistic, as far as her career goes. And she's dangerously selfish. And she is. These are officers that you brought into the Scorpion unit. You founded this bullshit. So you need to bear the brunt of some responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And you can't just push yourself away from it. Yeah, it was all on them. Even though, in a way, they did unknowingly use police resources. But still, it falls under your watch. And I mean, just this single incident is not the only reason why I think she should step down. And, when people talk about being officers of the law and all stuff, you expect somebody that wears the badge to have integrity, in and out of uniform. And what happened with Tyree Nichols, she should have some guilt. I don't see it or feel it at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's a damn shame. Everybody ain't gonna do right, all of the time. But, with this woman and the way her mind works, I think she's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. She does just enough of what she has to do to achieve the directive for herself, for her own self-desire. I don't think she don't care about changing laws. Changing crime. She don't care about fixing that. She just wants the recognition of being in a high position of power. Now check this out. Throughout her law, this is reason number two. Throughout her law enforcement career, guys, from police departments in Atlanta to Durham to Memphis, she has protected bad cops and empowered elite units. All three places, she's empowered elite units to be on an abusive trip to people. Because remember, at Atlanta, they had a special team, which I'll go into later on. Durham had a special team. People are complaining. People are coming forward now in all these places telling about how bad the police was to them. Memphis, we already know Scorpion unit and the situation that came from it, which is unfortunate. And she was behind all of these. And they're all attached to her name. So you got a history, your name is attached to a history of oppression of people of color and other people that a lot of people didn't do anything. Because if you remember in the Tyree situation, at the end they were talking about, oh, he had a gun. He went for the officer's gun. And he was going up and down, driving recklessly, and all these different lies and fabrications they made up to justify putting hands and feet on this man. Guys, we see this a million times. They said in different places she's responsible for thousands of arrests. Her team's responsible for thousands of arrests. And we've seen what the team do. So it's no telling how many people are locked up in jail right now or on prison stints dealing with these people because of false information. And I want you guys to think about something. I'm going to be dead honest with you. I thought about this last night. If there was no more crime, right? there would be what? No more police. Even if crime was reduced by half, they would have to do what? Make budget cuts and reduce crime. I think, honestly, a lot of police wouldn't let that happen because they would what? Lose their jobs. They start planting stuff on people and all kind of stuff. And I want you guys to think about that. You know, just think about it. What if there was no crime, or the crime was starting to go down like everybody's claiming they want to do? Police officers are not stupid. If they hire a whole bunch of police officers because they have a whole bunch of crime, right? And you get the mayor saying, oh, we want to eliminate crime. That's saying, hey, all of y'all are not going to be here. People want longevity. Remember, policemen have pensions. So if you work there long enough, you get taken care of. So I just wanted to say that, you know, something to think about. You know, when they talk about, oh, you want to eliminate crime, shut the fuck up. That'll never happen. Like, I want to eliminate the poor and some, you know, and not have poor people. There will always be poor people. This is an opportunistic country. I mean, a capitalistic country. You have haves and have-nots. For you to have haves, for the haves to have, the have-nots have to buy something that the haves are selling to support them so they can be haves and not have-nots. And that's one of the things we got to go, you know, we really got to go into. Like, I'm rambling off the subject, but I just wanted to drop those couple of things and have y'all thinking about it. That's number 2. This is a big one, and I want y'all to hear me on this. I got to put the other card down. This is a big one. I got to read this slowly. In 2020, as chief of police, right, she testified before the U.S. Senate Judicial Committee on the use of force by police. This woman, right, condemning the murder of George Floyd and addressing the systemic shortcomings and oftentimes failures of our law enforcement and criminal justice system. Ain't that a bitch? She up there like she fighting. That's messed up what y'all did to George Floyd. As a black police officer, I condemn that shit. What the fuck was this shit here? That trumped what they did to George Floyd. And you sitting up there in front of the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee, right? Talking about, oh, we need to do something about brutality and all of this stuff and this and that, right? Now I want y'all to pay attention. She was there speaking for George Floyd, about the injustice of George Floyd, and something has to be done with police reform and all this other stuff, right? As a chief. Check it. Who stopped the George Floyd bill? Who's opposing it? The Senate. See that? See how that go? Same people you talking about, and they have you testify. Tell us what you know. What's going on? What do you need from us and all this stuff? The bill come. I don't know about that. See the game they play? It's a game. Everybody want change. And then when something's put up, all right, let's talk about it. You got multiple people in 2 different places, House and Senate, going back and forth, and ashes in the wind. They know, as the public, new things are happening every day, and we get rocked to sleep, and all of a sudden these things just go up under the rug, and until something else happens that lines up with that law, and then you get people like Kamala Harris, oh, we're gonna push for it. I'm gonna get Sleepy Joe to sign for it. And then all this other stuff, and everybody fall for it. Yeah, Kamala's down with the brown. Do not hold your breath, people. Do not hold your breath. And this is not just this law. It's a lot of laws out there that would benefit mankind and, you know, society in America that are being pushed to the side. I definitely believe that. I have no doubt in my mind. But for her to sit up there and do that, and then look at this part. That's hypocritical. Look at this part. That same year that she was in the House and Senate with the George Floyd stuff, the same year she appeared on ABC's Good Morning America as an expert on police reform. I 'll 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 Another reason. Look at the names of these things she founded. In Atlanta, we got the Red Dog Unit. Red Dog Unit. Durham had the Jump Out Boys, right? So-called in the street. And then you got Memphis with the Scorpion Unit. Think about that. Red Dog is like a military title. You know, a lot of times Red Dog be like special forces. They go in there. They don't give a fuck. They kill if they got to kill. They don't, no man is left behind. All of this stuff. We're a cohesive unit. They wear a mask like in the military, right? Durham, you had the Jump Out Boys, bunch of niggas running up in the black neighborhood, jumping out the cars, running down on people, putting them on the ground. You know who we are. People scared of them and all this stuff. That's the thing. You have to have a certain type of psyche to be in these type of units. A lot of people are military. A lot of people want to be Navy SEALs but couldn't do it. This is their second chance to make their balls feel like they got something down there between their legs. Think about it. And I'm not trashing all police officers, but it's a certain type of psyche that you have to be in here and watch people getting fucked up all the time. Me personally, I can't run into a neighborhood of a bunch of people or a project, even though they have crime, a project, and just consistently keep doing this over and over again, and then see how bad the children look, see how bad these people, how poor these people are, and then talk to them like they're on the level as me financially or intellectually. I can't do that. That's just me. And it's like when you give these 3 units that she was a part of forming and all this stuff, abusive, disrespectfulness, and all this other stuff ensues. Listen, ain't no good coming out of any police officer. They get to wear a fucking mask on his face and can't get sued. Remember, you can't sue police officers and all that stuff. The George Floyd bill would stop that. Untouchable. She creating an army of untouchables. You know what I'm saying? And you can't tell me when somebody's in, you know, a lot of these guys are war veterans. You know, I'm a veteran. No disrespect, war veterans, but you got a lot of guys that are war veterans. You get these guys that are war veterans. Some of them didn't get treatment for PTSD. A lot of time, you can't tell me at any time, some of them dudes that are war veterans and all this other stuff, because us military vets respect other people in the military. So that creates a form of brotherhood and bonding too. Check it out. You put these masks on just like old times, right? Yeah. Giving dap and all that other bullshit like in the Tyree video. And what happened? All hell break loose on the street. But in a somewhat legal way of what they know they can and can't do. And remember, they're behind the laws backing them. So they can't get sued. They know usually where the cameras and stuff are. And they know what they can and can't do. Or like, I seen police throw you down on the ground and punch you. You know, ain't nobody looking. Or they big enough, they rabbit punch you and all kind of stuff. Push you to piss them off with your mouth. You know, so it's like, I mean, she knows the deal. It ain't like, ain't nobody in a police uniform that don't know police be fucking people up. That's all I'm saying. And she's behind this. She's a big part of behind this. Everything that happened to that boy, Tyree Nichols, is on her. F all on her. Because she formed this shit. She came there, formed this shit. And it's all on her. But listen, let me get back to this. Because it gets crazy. Check this out. Now, I covered this in my other video. Fact number 5. Check this out. She got fired from Atlanta PD in July 2008. Remember the sex cover-up or something she was saying? Where a husband of one of the police officers was having was making pornos with underage girls. She knew the police officer, which was another sister. She was friends with her. When the police officers found came across the photos and all that stuff and they was brought to them, and they came to her, she dismissed it. They started doing their own investigation and started doing the right thing like their job entails. She come out of nowhere with the cut sign H. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because she was friends with the officer whose husband was a fucking pervert. Think about that. Children were involved in this shit. It was a crime involving children, and you sat there, and because you was friends with the officer, or probably both the officer and the husband, don't worry about that. How can you sleep at night? Ma'am, how can you sleep at night? This is the shit I be talking about. A lot of people are qualified, have the qualification to do a job, but they don't have the internal capabilities to perform it. This lady has no heart, and her mind is in the wrong place. She only care about titles. And look at me. And there's a lot of us out there. We got to break that, people, for real. Because, I mean, no good ever comes out of it, and no good comes out of, you know, us trying to saying we want to do a job and not doing it. And that's the problem. Listen, she was fired, like I said, in 2008 for this sex cover-up bullshit, right? Look at this. Check this out. They put her, this is how she got fired. Look how stupid she is. They investigate, bring her name up, she denied. They put her on, I guess it was one of those, it says a voice machine where it does the fluctuation in your voice, and they detected the stuff in her voice. It's like a lie detector, but they use your voice to catch you lying. Like, I guess when somebody say, hey, did you do this? And the person say no. And, or as opposed to, did you do that? No. That's how they call it. It's almost like a lie detector. So anyway, she wound up getting fired, right? Check this out. Check this out. This is why this motherfucker don't care about nobody or nothing. Look. In 2008, she got fired. July 2008. She appealed the termination and was rehired 3 months later, same position. And 8 years later, she rose to the ranks and eventually became deputy chief. When was that? 2016, when she became deputy chief. What happens? Deputy chief is what? Right under the chief of police. If they look and go worldwide and look, you know, on the internet, all these public service jobs are out there. Chief of police. Deputy chiefs are under the chief of police, which is a position like they don't really get rid of a chief of police. You know, he'll run that forever. And she right up under him, but she's young and she's aspiring. So what happened? Job come out in Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina. Chief of police? Let me put my name in. She get the job. Now, after she forced herself back on the force and appealed and all that other stuff, knowing she wasn't supposed to be there, and she climbed the ranks, ambition. And you know, ambition is good, but in her case, hell no. Because she never had good intentions in mind. Now, all of a sudden, she in Durham. When she in Durham, all bullshit break out. Right? Now, she get to Durham, right? All of a sudden, time come up for her to, you know, that shit down there is getting under scrutiny. Now, what happened? She offered chief of police job. Now, she got fired in Durham, too. She offered chief of police job out here in Memphis. I mean, out here like I'm there. In Memphis. And all of a sudden, she get the job. And guess how she got the job, y'all? Listen. Davis was handpicked by Mayor Jim Strickland, right? Mayor Jim Strickland, who vowed during his mayoral campaign to expand the police force. That's when they started giving people with minor felonies chances to be cops. So all of that shit started when she came to the force. Now, I mean, these other guys, granted, they were already there. So, I mean, they already had people with felonies on there. But, like, it turned it up when she came. Ain't that something? I would not be, and this sounds messed up, I would not be, if you want to help Tyre Nichols, instead of protesting what he did to him, Memphis, y'all need to be down at City Hall en masse and protesting to get this bitch the fuck out of there, because she ain't shit. And nothing is going to change as long as people like this hide behind the badge, you know what I'm saying? And that blue line of silence and all that other bullshit. Listen, she will throw anybody under the bus. And this is the worst type of person. And there's a lot of them out there. A lot of us had jobs where people stopped you from getting a raise, whispering in the shadows, or might have stopped you from getting a position because they wanted the position for them or somebody else they know, or they just don't like you, period. This right here cannot be in the police force or any place where justice is supposed to be served. Think about that, man. I would protest to get her out of there because Tyre Nichols, the world sees and the world feels a certain way. But her, she still get to go home at night, kiss her husband, Experience emotion. Smile. I don't know if she got grandchildren or children, whatever. Do whatever she wants to do. And I guarantee you, since this stuff, it got to the height and starting to come down already, you know, he's buried and all that stuff. It's still high tension, but it's starting to come down. And she just wait until somebody don't talk about it no more. Fuck that. Y'all need to go down there. If you was in that city, sign petitions. You're taxpayers. You have rights. You can make it a certain way to where the heat's on the mayor because he handpicked this bitch. And get her the fuck out of there. Guys, leave a comment, man. Tell me what y'all think, man. I think that need to be what the real protest is about, because what's done to him then already got America upset and their eyes and ears are up and open. She need to be the next one to go. You see what happened with Hempfield? Get him out of here. Get everybody out of here. She need to go too. She need to get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because all of this is on her. Who brought the Scorpion unit? You. Who had the Red Dog unit? You. Who had the Jump Out Boys? You. You need to get the fuck out of there. Shit, for real, guys. For real. And I don't mean to curse like this, but man, damn, man, this is bad. This is bad. And I want y'all to understand something, man. Power don't have no color. You know what I'm saying? We watch these movies and stuff where it's a corrupt police chief and all that. He's usually white and all that stuff. Look at this. That's what's shocking about this shit. Her, black. Officers, black. Penfield following ass was white. They got him out of there. It's like everything in the colors is in reverse. So it's like some Twilight Zone shit. But the ultimate goal is termination. Just like they terminated that boy. She need to face some time. She need to face some time. She need to be testifying again in front of Congress and all stuff in her own behalf. You up there on Good Morning America and all this stuff. I bet I could tell when they had her up there. Oh, Chief of Police, C.J. Davis. She was, the badge was glistening and shit. Oh, stop. I'm Stock Market Steve. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, man. But for real, something got to be done with this woman. This is wrong. This is wrong, and she knows she's wrong. And I don't even think she carry guilt because she's been in this position before. You guys take it easy. I'll see you in the next video.